Hi, Coach Tony here. On today's video, we're going to be talking about the importance of the words you're using because words have power. And these words that we talk about on today's video have the most power over you, actually. So we want to start paying way more attention to these in particular. So make sure you watch this whole video and apply what I'm sharing with you here. And it's going to start helping you shift your manifestations and your life in a big time way. All right, so let's jump right in. Words have power. Right? We are energetic beings living in a physical body, and the words we're using communicate our energy to others, to the outside world. So the words you use on a regular basis are very important, but the words you use to describe yourself and your life are the most important words ever. And they are literally keeping your thermostat set at whatever they are actually. When we're using words that are negative, disempowering, limiting, right? We're the victim in our story. All that does is nails the point home to your subconscious mind of who you are and what your life looks like. So we really want to start paying attention to the words we're using, especially with our self-dialogue. And what words are we using to describe ourselves and our life? So if someone comes up to you and says, "Hi, how are you?" And you answer, "I'm okay. I'm good," right? Of all the words you could use, if you choose okay or good, it means you're in low energy. You're telling yourself a disempowering story. You're the victim in some area of your life. You don't like the results you're getting, most likely, right? So again, all this is all related. So we really want to start to pay more attention to how we're actually talking to people, especially to ourselves. So let me give you an example here. If I were to say, "I hate you," that word is charged up very negatively, especially if I say it in a really mean way with a mean face, right? "I hate you." Like that word has very negative power, right? Well, if I said, "I love you," and the way you say it, and it's very sincere, and you're like, "I love you," that word is charged up very positively. So the words we're using are charged up in certain ways. So if you're using a lot of words that are disempowering, limiting, negative, victim-based, we want to start to shift those. We need to start writing a new story about our life and ourself. Because here's what's actually happening. The story you're telling yourself, it has a past, present, and future. Every story does, actually. If you're telling any part of your story and it's negative, it's likely negative across the past, present, and future of it. We want to start making it positive in the present moment, but maybe even more importantly, we want to start making it positive in the past. Because when you change your story from negative to positive in the present and in the past, now that opens up the ability to change it to a positive in the future. But if it's negative in your past or present, it likely is going to be negative in the future as well. So again, it's a timeline you're on right now. And whatever story you're telling yourself, that is the timeline that's playing out. So we've got to make it more positive. We have to find the blessings and the positive and the lessons in our life in order to shift it so that we can have a positive future. I hope this makes sense. It's a very powerful idea. But the idea is the story you're telling yourself, that is what your subconscious mind has accepted for yourself. So in other words, it is the show you're watching. It is the movie you're watching. You've changed your channel to a particular show and movie, and that is the story and the reality that is playing out for you right now in your life. If we're watching a movie and we are the victim in the movie right now, we have to change the channel to a different movie. If you're using a lot of words that are disempowering and limiting, like "I can't," "I never," like "I've never been able to do this because of," right? Like "I have an injury," or "I always meet losers," or whatever, if you're looking for a relationship, right? Or "I can never lose weight because of XYZ," right? Whatever story you're telling yourself, we want to catch ourselves, right? If we're saying something, if we're responding to somebody and it's disempowering and it's limiting, we want to catch ourselves talking like that, right? Because again, our words have power and they are describing the story of your life. So anytime you're a victim in your story, you're not going to get what you want. It doesn't have a happy ending, in other words. In order to have a happy ending, we have to start telling a more positive story right now, that we can do it, like that we are empowered, that this isn't our limitation. We are a victim to this. Even if you're injured, even if you have a physical disability or something, right? That can be your superpower, actually. Because without adversity, we can't grow and expand and progress. And the more adversity you have and face in your life, the more you can grow and expand and progress. So it's in our adversity and in our challenges where we grow and expand the most, actually. And it's where our coal is forged into a diamond, right? And a funny story about that is that's not actually true, but I love that analogy still because it is true for us. The more pressure we overcome, or the bigger the challenge that we overcome, the more we grow into the person who can overcome that challenge. And that's what life is all about. We are actually on earth here living to grow and expand and progress and experience all the infinite nature of our life and reality here. So without that, though, without adversity, without challenges, without what we're doing here, actually, without challenging our own life story and rewriting it for ourselves, we're just going to be playing out the same story. And it's got a past, a present, and a future. And you're going to know exactly how the future is going to turn out because that's the story that is playing out right now. Your subconscious mind will not deviate, actually. As long as you told it its story, it's like the ultimate movie producer and director. It's just going to go ahead and play that movie. It is the projector, actually, right? It's just going to play the movie that's on the reel up here, okay? So I hope this makes sense. One of the biggest things you can do right now is start challenging the story you're telling yourself and start choosing more empowering words. Words that have more triumph and winning behind them because you want to be the winner of your story, right? You want to be the hero in your life's journey, in your life story. So this is how you do it. You start to choose words that, hey, I can do this. Maybe all the way up until this point, I haven't been able to do this, or I haven't been able to get this, or make money, or meet my dream person, but that doesn't mean I can't. How my story has played out up until now doesn't have to be how it plays out in the future. I don't have to be a victim to my circumstances, in other words. Okay, I can overcome them. And I can choose right now in the present moment to start changing the story of my life. Okay, so I hope this makes sense, but we're going to go a lot deeper with this idea as we keep going in future videos. So make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Make sure you're listening in to all the videos in the program. If you're in the Manifestation Mastery program, we go so deep into it and it's going to transform your life forever. I promise you. So with that, I hope you have an amazing day and I'll see you in the next video.